What is up, everybody? Wagme Capital here. Thursday, SPY. I actually just posted another video. I can link to it in the excuse me. I'll link to it in the description, but it goes over key levels of SPY and how you can spot price action just by following these key levels. So like if we do it just quickly here, you know, this clearly key level, this key level, there's a key level, oopsies, here, you know, there's like one here. And then, so this is yesterday. This is the day before. So then if we zoom into today and see like how those key levels work, like, look at that, right? Like we get right up to this key level. So this one should be down to catch here, right? So this is the top, then it falls to the bottom. And then down here, the day starts here, we rise up, little hesitation here, we push up, here's the top, you know, going, 450 we already have drawn, fall to the bottom. So those are the key levels there. And then let's see how they fare today. So I go up, reverse right at this key level that we have from yesterday, where like the top is here. Fall back down to this key level, which is like the bottom of this trend here. Rise up, can't go far below, fall down to our key level, rise up, you know, like look at these key levels, like we just run into trouble here. Bounce around here. So like I have a video on this detailing that. I just want to quickly go over that. I'll post it in the description, but let's go over today's action. So we had a gap down in SPY. We closed yesterday up here. We opened down here. Today it's CPI, which is inflation numbers coming in. So there's like a lot of noise, a lot of predictions, a lot of just movement and activity in the economy and financial sphere in general. So we end up gapping down. Like if you guys don't know, inflation's like, you know, inflation is extremely high. A lot of people are speculating like just the amount of money and stimulus the government has pumped into the economy. Prices are going to go up. So think about it. Like if there's $100 out there and 100 cups of coffee, every cup of coffee costs $1. But if you throw 100 extra dollars in there, so now there's 100 cups of coffee and $200, every cup of coffee costs $2. The price is doubled, right? And so like the same thing is true like of all this COVID stimulus package. There's just like more money. So like, I mean, that was oversimplifying it, but like basically there's more money to be spent. So like people are willing to pay more and prices are going up. Prices going up are bad for stocks because it's going to lead, like, to curb inflation, the Fed is going to raise interest rates, and interest rates in general, for reasons I won't get into in this video, but interest rates are bad for stocks. It's just like your weighted cost of capital goes up, and just like a couple other things. But basically, interest rates going up are bad for stocks. High inflation leads to interest rates going up. So high inflation is like bad for stocks. And that was the news of today. So we gapped down. I don't know if it was necessarily because of that news or just like in anticipation for the news or whatever, but we gapped down and we quickly just rocket back up, right? Like we regain where we closed yesterday, basically in the first half hour. So you could have played an opening range breakout here, which is like, okay, we gapped down in SPY. So if this is the high of yesterday and this is the low, we're outside of that range. And then whichever way the first candle breaks is you play. So like this is the first, you're like, okay, this candle closed. Are we going to break below it or above it? We break above it. You could have bought calls and just ridden them up. Like that would have been a big winner, especially because, you know, those calls would have been so cheap after the gap down. We run into a little hesitation here at 454. This is our weekly level. If you guys will remember, we've been keeping an eye on this one for a while. You know, it was the top here and acting as some support and resistance here. So that was our 454 level. We run into some hesitation, but this move was just so strong, it like just didn't stand a chance. So quick little doji inside candle, but we blow through it. Catch a reversal here. You can see this on the other video I posted. You can see how you could have like saw this move and then we catch it here. But this is basically an uptrend. Like we're moving up, you know, a little reversal, then we're working back up. So like this is the high and this is the low, right? And then we get up here, it's a higher high. It's like, this is the first high. This is the first low. This is the second high, which is higher than the first. And then this is the second low, which is lower than the first, right? It's like if we're going by the wicks or whatever, this is the first low. This is the second low, uptrend over, okay? At that point, the uptrend is over. You made a lower low, so you're going down. I mean, this candle was super strong. Flips the EMA cloud from red to green. We're closing below it. So, you know, that would have been a good time to switch from calls to puts. But let's get into specifically like moves you guys could have made, okay? So let's say here, you know, opening range break, opening range breakout to the upside after a gap down. Okay, so this is one you could have played. You could have played calls off of this to the upside. Here's another one. So if you miss, so 513 EMA cloud as support, catch the retracement of the uptrend. Okay. So what does this mean? So basically, if you didn't catch this, this was a quick move. It gaps down and you're kind of like, oh, like gap down. Like, is it really going to keep going up? Like, what's going on? You just have to have a strategy. If you played the orb, opening range breakout ORB, then you played it. Great. You would have hit this. If not, you're probably waiting for a good time to enter. This could have been a decent one, but you could have also thought this would have been a reversal. It's like this could have been. So this is like, you know, prime candidate for reversal, inside candle, resistance at 454 key level, 513, red 513, EMA cloud as resistance. Okay. So this one, you could have been like, oh man, I missed this move, but here we go. We're trending down. Like we're going to reverse, push, push, push. This level, reversal, we touch the cloud. It's resistance. This is resistance. It's an inside candle, but we break above. So let me just add that. So we break, but the next candle breaks above. So you don't predict these moves. Like it seems like a good time to enter, you know, your risk reward might make sense here because if it falls back down, like these options would have been cheap because it's such a push up, you know, everyone's driving the price up, but don't predict. Like you want to see, you'll see a retracement. Like if you see a reversal, we'll probably kick back up and then you can get it on the retest. And we broke above. So if you see this close, you know, this one opens like at the level and just pushes up. But, you know, I mean, if you're taking this trade as a reversal, you're kind of guessing just and think the risk reward is attractive. So don't guess, but like I could see where you're coming in here. So your next time to really buy, if you didn't buy, like this just would have been tough to keep buying to the upside, but you could have. So if you miss this move, this is your next best chance. So this EMA cloud, it's like our trend line almost. So if this trend line, like if this didn't exist, your trend line would have started here. We're moving up, then it's back down. So this catches the trend line. Like think of it like this. Like if we do, you know, this, you know, whatever from here, whatever, it would have caught the trend line. So this is like, you don't want to make it on the impulse move. This is called the impulse move. So it's an uptrend. And when you're moving up, that's the impulse move. You want it on the retracement. So it's like, these two red candles, perfect time to enter because you're still in an uptrend. This is the cloud's green. It catches, it uses its support. You still think you're going to push up, but it was just time to cool off a little bit. That would have been a great time to get in. So then, you know, this candle is like really, really strong. It's just fat. It's red. And there are like no wicks. So just like the entire 5 minutes, this thing is moving down. So strong bearish candle that closes below 513 cloud. So this like, so this signals end of uptrend. Okay, so once this candle happens, it's like, okay, good times are over. We're no longer going up. We're not thinking up, a couple down, up, a couple down, up. This one's like, nope, no more up, boom, down. Okay. So then on the flip side, this is the same thing as here. So same thing, just flipped. So 513 EMA cloud as support, catch retracement, move up downtrend. Okay, so it's the exact same logic. So let's move this up. So this is the, okay, now we're not necessarily in a downtrend, but the uptrend is broken, right? Like which way are we gonna go? We're moving down, outside candle, not sure which way, breaks above, like this can't hold. So then like here, you're like, okay, we just started, not a downtrend, but you know, this cloud is green. So we're trending down, not up. We closed, it caught a support. This is a good time to buy in to the downward action because you don't want to buy it on this candle. Option premiums of soaring. Everyone wants to sell or buy puts and sell short on this candle. Prices are going up. You give it a little time to cool off. Prices go back down. And then here's just like, you know, catches it as support. A good time to buy just with like a little push down. So then here, okay, so what do we have here? Inside candle using 454 key level as resistance. Okay, so we're trying to move down, but like buyer step in. Here's a pretty key level, buyer step in. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's stop this downward momentum. And then this candle is effectively the same as this one. So like, right, we go down, go back up a little bit, go down, go back up a little bit, go down. But then this go back up a little bit is higher than this go back up a little bit. So right here signals the end of this like downtrend. And then we see the EMA cloud flips. So this candle signals and downtrend closes above 513 EMA. Right? Does everyone see that? So now it reverses, okay? So now we have the red. And so this one, you know, kind of similar, right? Like retracement move, uses 513 cloud as support. So you could have like bought here, outside, inside. So like here's some choppiness. So like I think I bought puts here because we close inside. A lot of trap traders outside, close below. I'm like, oh baby, here we go. No, this wasn't it because that move would have paid off, and I did not catch this candle. But you totally could have. You know, we're seeing, okay, whoopsies. Let's do the tax. Okay, so what do we have here? So one, Nirvana pattern, inside to outside. Two, closes below 513 EMA. And then, yeah, so that's it for this one. Let's put this up here. So then, you know, this candle you could have played to the downside. So this candle's inside, clouds flipping, it's so tiny, and then huge flush, okay? So like, I don't know how you're seeing this move, but you would have just seen people in this trap. These are all pretty small, like right, small area, small trading zone. A lot of trap traders, boom, we fall below. You would have had to get in here. You can't catch this candle while it's in motion, but. So the next time to buy are these three candles. So let's just mark this one. Perfect retest of 454 key level using 513 EMA as resistance. So like I was at the gym for this, which I'm pissed because this is such a perfect. This is so like, you know, of all the setups, this one's like amazing. It is really close to the trend line. So like you don't want to be too far away from the trend line here. Because like here, this one, if you're too far away, there's still room for retracement, right? Like if you're in it and you break above, it's over. But like, so your stop loss is pretty safe. Like if you buy on here, your stop loss is here. You're like, if this hits, we're above the EMA, I'm out. But if you're here, your stop loss is like here, you know, where the wick is. So like you could get stopped out and still be in a position where you'd want to buy, right? So like entries are so key. You want to be really close to your support. Like it doesn't get closer to the support of 1, the EMA cloud, and 2, 454. Man, so yeah, puts would have just been a clear play here. And then we've just flushed on throughout the day. But same kind of stuff, guys. Like, you know, here cloud is support, here cloud is support, here cloud is support. Like, you know, you're just riding this trend line. So let's just mark it. So like here, 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 both of these, all using 513 EMA as support. Okay. So this should be support, not resistance. But that is what I was seeing today, guys. Like start with a gap down. You're thinking, oh man, we're in for a long day. Boom, big push up. You're like, oh baby, we are back. Little retrace, great chance to enter. Boom, we're moving. This candle's like not so fast. Now we're moving down, but we break it. You could have gotten up here, but this is, so actually I wanted to talk about this too. So like, here's a move where you think we could shoot to the upside, right? Just like here, we shot to the downside, but like this is at, so again, guys, my times are all Pacific. So like on this candle, it's 8:40 Pacific, which is around noon. So trading normally is strongest and like heaviest volume in the morning, as you can see. And then like around this candle, like we're toward the like low of the day. Like this is almost the lowest volume of the day. So like you're not going to see huge pushes, right? Like there's just not enough volume to get like a really big candle. Like this candle's huge, like good volume. This candle, I mean, maybe these aren't great value, but like they're better than these, right? Like look at all these where you would think like all the moves are going to happen. Look at this volume, like it's so tiny. This candle, look at this volume. Like it's no surprise a candle of this strong and of this much movement has huge volume. So that's why it's tough. Like you can see this, the setup's great. You break through, we're ready for a reversal, cloud flips, acting as support. You're like, here we go, like great call, great setup, but the volume just isn't there to support a strong move. So you have to be careful about that. But again, this breaks the cloud. We ride it up, again, just not as exaggerated. This lets you know we're done. We're below the trend line, inside, outside, inside, flush. Perfect retest, could have played this flush. Then all three of these are great entry points. Great entry points, right? So these like could have entered here. I mean, here you could have entered, you might have gotten stopped out, but like here, any of these greens you can enter on. It's a retracement move. We're close to the support of the trend line. And like, you know, eventually you have gains. So like, it's not always going to work out, but you got to be careful. But like, that's what I was seeing today, guys. It's all about the trends. It's all about spotting them, picking your entries and exits. Hopefully these signals some for you guys. Hopefully you learned something. Check out my other video that is how to use key levels. But we'll see you tomorrow for Lotto Friday. Hope you guys learned something.